Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Apologies for the delay in videos. There's a lot going on in life. As you can probably see, I'm in a completely different location. So between the beginning of the year and to present day, I bought a house. This one. Reason why I need to get back onto the property ladder. It just made sense at the time during COVID. Lockdown, a lot gone on. As you probably saw with Felix, the gearbox is now done. There's a few bits and pieces I need to sort out on her still, but she's in the new house. So is the van. Got a few boxes. So whilst in the midst of all this and not doing a great deal, I decided to buy a few things. So a big thanks to DSN, to CAD and to Mondo Sport. So we'll get into these. Everyone loves an unboxing video. So I thought I'd share this with you because this is the first time I've opened the CAD boxes. I've opened the DSN ones, but I just wanted to show you the bits and pieces that I've got to go with and the reasons behind it. So the majority of this lot is actually going on to Felix. It's going up through the new version at the moment. I've got a few other bits and pieces planned at the moment. The main one is the Haltech ECU, that's going on soon, as well as the wiring loom. The wiring loom is going to be an over the winter project. It's something that I really need to do a lot more research on. It's very, very labour intensive, and it does take a lot of brain power to sort out. So luckily there are Facebook groups and there's online forums, and Haltech themselves in Birmingham, I can't thank them enough for their help so far, and they'll all help with absolutely everything. So we'll dig in. So first bits and pieces, you've probably seen it's open at the top, but this is a DSN package. So what I'm trying to do with Felix is bring the weight down because I've shoved a whopping great big turbo on the side of it, so why not try and lighten it. So I've bought the aluminium rear hubs. Great start. So these, and the hubs and the bearings don't fall out. These weigh a hell of a lot less than the steel ones. I was a bit worried on the rear of Felix's that they were starting to wear a bit, so I thought why not? Went for silver, it was the first option, I think it was. So I thought, why not? You're not going to see them anyway, so shove them on. The package comes with both, I didn't just buy one. Comes with the grease and the pins as well. So again, thanks very much for DSN for those, really, really helpful. This one, half opened, but I haven't completely opened it at the moment. This is from Mondo Sport, for those who haven't seen them. They're on Facebook, please go follow them. Paperwork, bubble wrap, here we go. So, what are they? Mondo Sport do steering arms. So these are solid steel steering arms. So the standard ones on the Mini are really terrible. If you have a knock, they bend, that's when your steering stops going all the way out. So this kind of eliminates that. But on the end of it, I've got a rose jointed tie rod end. And you'll notice there's a shaft as well that's slightly moved it down. This is to prevent bump steer. A huge thing on Minis. I'm running 13s, it just exacerbates it. So what this does is potentially tries to eliminate it. On the ERA, what they do is they put a 10mm block under this and space it up, actually above the hub. But the way the guys at Mondo Sport have done it is they found this is the better way of doing it. So they'll go onto the hubs. And once again, there's two of those. I haven't just bought one side. And I've also bought the rubber gaiters because typically with the rose joints being where they are, they're going to get covered in crap. So I've bought a set of rubber boots, so they'll go over. I'm sure I'll wrestle with them at some point in the future, so they can go on as well. DSN box, flat box. So what have I got in here? I've got two things. First of all, a pair of, again, not one of, aluminium back plates. The standard ones on mine, yes, they are brand new. I bought them from Mini Sport. I know I'm going to have a lot of people in the comments about that one. I resprayed them, I zinc primed them. They're starting to rust. The car's been on the road for 2 years and they've already started to rust. So I hate rust, I hate rusty parts. So DSN make a very good, very lightweight, billeted aluminium rear back plate. Again, these come with the adjusters on top of them, so I just need to transfer my slave cylinder across and then move them onto the rear training arms. So I'll move this to one side as well, I'll save that one for later, because I have opened these before. Right. I want to say a big thanks already to Arnold at Kent Auto Developments. I asked a big favour from them and they've managed to pull through. So I'll open these with you and we'll see how we go. Cool. First box. And these are I genuinely haven't seen these before. And I think this is the first time they've been in this colour. I have the K4 brake system. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, hold on Steve, you've already got them on Felix already. I haven't. These are the K4. What I've got is the 4-pot brakes. These are the solid, slightly further out calipers. These are the ones with seals as well. You can get the 6 pots without seals, but speaking to Arnold and the very, very intelligent chaps down at Kent Auto Developments, we went through different options. They said, what about the 6 pots? Okay, they don't have the seals in, the 4 pots do. And I said, well, I only use her occasionally throughout the year, you know, on dry days. That might piss people off. I don't care. It's my car. I want longevity. When she's out, I enjoy driving her very, very fast. But I don't like the rain in her because that's what starts rust. And then it's later down the line, I'm spending thousands of pounds to restore something that, frankly, I might have just saved by saving a day. I've stopped. But yeah, because there is a potential I might drive in the rain. I did on IMM last year, drove back all through the rain. I decided to go for the ones with seals in. So I've got 2 of those. There's a lot of other bits and pieces in here. There seems to be, what are they? That's the CV tapered washers. What have we got here? That's another fitting kit. What have we got there? I've got a steering rack limiter kit as well, although on mine I've already got that already. And that's the other caliper in the box. I think that's those. I'll take those out. Happy days. Okay, put them to one side. What else have we got? I'm not going to get this one out because it's huge, but I shall open. More cardboard. Fantastic. So I've gone from 8.4 inch to 10.5. So these bad boys are going to give some serious braking power. Again, discussing with the guys at CAD about my requirements, the brake horsepower I'm going to with Felix and what I've experienced at the moment with the brakes, they said it was probably a wise option. These are usually on the race cars, but can only go under 13-inch wheels. The centre of these is billet aluminium. These are steel. I went for the floating option, which is probably you probably got a bit of noise in there. So the whole idea of the floating option is the disc itself isn't firmly bolted to the actual bell housing itself. So it allows for a little bit of warp to appear, but if you then touch the brakes ever so slightly, you can actually take the warping out of them. It helps transfer the heat a lot better as well. But overall, I am absolutely chuffed with them. Can't wait to fit them. And in the other box, the other one, just to make doubly sure, I've got 2 of them as well. Again, you can hear that as well, but that is part and parcel of a floating disc. That's what you get. My first Evo had a set of floating discs, and I actually ended up sending them back saying they made a lot of noise, to which AP sent them back to me and went, yes, you idiot, that's what it's supposed to do. So, lesson learned. Just to make sure, yeah. Cool. That's them that way. Oh, it's like Christmas again. box in a box in a box in a box. So what do we got here? Excellent. Because, again, on Felix I've used the originals, quite heavy, and I thought I really need to start getting rid of some unsprung mass because I'm using a lot of the cast iron and original steel stuff. It's just been powder coated. I've gone for their alloy dry flanges. So these are a direct replacement of the standard dry flange as well. Not the size of the Metro one that pushes it further out. This is the same size and same depth as the previous ones. The only thing that I might have to do that I can see, but I will double check with a wheel, is the studs might not be long enough on these for the Cooper Sport alloys, but I will double check with those. That's not a big problem at the end of the day. These just hammer out and they're not that expensive. I think to replace all 8 of them on the front would be a couple of quid anyway, so brilliant on that one. And if CAD, if you are watching, and if they are wrong, probably would be nice on the optional extras, just to, if you needed longer ones, click down menu, because I'm sure you batter these in anyway, so having the option to have longer ones I think would be a good idea. Steve's opinion. Bubble wrapping, bubble wrapping, bubble wrap. Nothing in there. Okay, so you've seen these on the build already, but I decided to go for a different one for one major reason. These are adjustable. So I've gone for the gearbox lower mounts. So I've got both sides in here. That's the other one. So these ones have got rose joints on them, and they allow for adjustment using the centre part there. Because the MPI engine sits half an inch further forward, yes, I've got that, but I've found that it's right on the edge of its limitations. So I thought, get myself a set of these, get them solid mounted. It should really help as well. I really want to eliminate the engine movement as much as I can. So again, thanks for doing that, Cab. What have we got here? And to go with my new brakes, I have the CAD, the CAD alloy hubs on these. And these have got the bearings already pre-fitted already. The other thing is to take into consideration is these have got the one-piece ball joints on them as well. That makes a massive difference. No more shimming, no more playing about with them, no potential risk of them breaking. These are what are really what are needed in the mini world. There are a couple of companies out there, and you can buy them from Japan, but if you want to spend £140 on ball joints, you're more mad with your money than I am. But these, as part of the CAD setup, are brilliant. I believe, I could be wrong, somebody correct me in the comments if I am wrong, that these are for a Metro, from one of the original Metros. So it's actually a really straightforward swap for these. The nice thing about being aluminium, and just hearing now, just as one piece, that it doesn't weigh a lot at all. But the nice thing about these are they're set up for the Mondo steering arm. They are sided as well. Whether you want to fit the caliper on the front or the back, I will experiment. And you guys can come along for the ride on that one. So yeah, really pleased with those. I won't open them, I think you can work out what they are. They're brake pads. No, it's not a poster. And I can hear what you're saying already, Steve, you've already got them on Felix. But I've now got a set of the CAD ones, the adjustable. These are a lot stronger. Again, I've gone for the polybush on the front. I haven't gone for the solid rose joint because apparently they make a lot of noise. But really pleased with these. These will go on quite nicely. and they'll replace the standard ones. For those of you thinking at the moment, I've got a lot of stuff that's about to come off Felix. The majority of it is going to go onto the van. There's still plans for the engine on that one, but it should be a lot more powerful than it is at the moment. So I need to set all the stuff up. But first of all, the priority is getting Felix on the road, which is what all this is for. However, caveat to that is the van is staying with 10-inch brakes, so I can't put the 8.5 or 8.4-inch discs that I've got on Felix on that. So there's a potential they might be up for sale. Stand by on that one because I think somebody has got first refusal. With the theme of our more aluminium stuff. The aluminium trailing arm. These need a bit of work to fit to a standard car, but I mean we're talking absolutely minor work. They'll fit that way. But as you can probably see, they don't have the bracket for the pipe that goes to the back. I am going to replace it with the one-piece braided line, so negate the reason to have the copper brake line at the back. Reason for this, mine have started to go a little bit rusty already, but I'm super pleased with these. I'll probably put a couple of coats of lacquer on them just to stop any surface corrosion. But yeah, really pleased with these, and already you can feel how much lighter these are than standard. I mean, that is shocking how light that is, fully with the bearings in as well. Yeah, really looking forward, and they'll look super cool with the backing plate. But yeah, really pleased with those. But as you can see, guys, a lot of stuff. Massive thanks to Kental Development for sorting me out. They were struggling with the 4-pot calipers. I know they were going through a fair change at the moment, so I've really pulled it out of the bag. They were saying October, November for lead times, and the fact that it's come to the end of August and it's all been delivered. So I'm super happy with that one. Massive big thanks to DSN as well. I asked for them to pull out the bag, and once again they did. The next videos coming up will be a quick jot round the new place, showing you around the garage, what I'm doing with Felix, and hopefully fitting all of this to the car. So guys, thanks for sticking with me. I know some unboxing videos can be really boring. I hope that's of some interest. And I'll get some photos up of this stuff, and probably some Gucci shots of it all for you all. But again, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.